We're back with you now on Wave Listens Live. I'm Brian Schlonsky, your host, joined again by Larry Weiss and Lindsay Fleming of the Elder Advisors.
Hi, Kentuckiana.
Today, we did it right. We coordinated.
We did. We all look kind of like blue and
I think the word of the day begins and ends with electrifying. For our host of Wave 3 Listens Live, Mr. Brian. You are electrifying, Brian.
There's going to be some electrifying workshops next week.
That's right. Don't go broke in a nursing home.
You're doing it for me. I didn't even need to make that transition. I would have said it, but that was perfect. Let's start with the workshops because this is important.
It is, but you know what? Everything breaks down to the most common denominator, which is working with clients. And I have to give a shout out to Miss Angel. Love you, Miss Angel. I love Miss Dorothy. They were at our office yesterday, and you know they just really make us special. Miss Dorothy, we had some things taken care of, and Miss Angel's her right hand. And Angel, you bring a smile to the room. She could walk into a dark room and light up with her smile. So Angel, you made my day yesterday, Princess. You did a good job.
We all need more people like that in our lives.
Really did. Angel, you're just a real special lady.
We love all the clients that we work with.
I mean,
we do. Okay.
I love Angel
We're not supposed to have favorites, Mr. White.
I do. I'm sorry.
It's a new day. It's a new day.
But don't go broke in a nursing home because you don't have to, Kentuckiana.
And speaking of that subject, so when we head out to the workshops, obviously you're going to learn a lot of things when you head out. But as far as some of the questions that you get from folks when they come out, what are some of the early things people want to know when they show up at the workshops?
The IRS says I can give $17,000 to my grandkids. Is that okay for the nursing home? And the answer is
nope.
No. Completely different set of rules.
Yeah. Okay. So this is why you need experts. Right. That's why you need these workshops, because we talked a bit about this the other day when you guys were here. There's so much information that goes around. People, whether they're reading it on Google from the experts or they're hearing it from their friends at church or down the street, they're not experts though.
No, and they're not. We get, do I have to sell my house? No, but if you do, Jackie and Amanda got you. They're
I don't know.
Great partners and friends of ours. So yeah, but it is. I think there's just so much misconception, and it's because everybody's case is different. Everybody's set of circumstances and facts are different, and we don't get into that real in-depth, like your case and your facts at the workshops, but you learn so much great information and how it may apply to you. And I think that's what's important, is we're just trying to equip people with the right kind of knowledge. And then there's opportunities to come in and talk with us later individually about your certain set of circumstances. The number one thing to remember is that we know all the rules, right? We know all the rules, and we'll use whichever ones apply to you and your case.
And so, Larry, look, you guys know all the rules. You've been around this a long time. Going back to the beginning, when you come out with Don't Go Broke in a Nursing Home, why was that such an important piece that you wanted to get out there first and foremost to folks?
Well, because, you know, people respond to that. You know, people get that. You know, whether they have a loved one in a nursing home or they've heard about it, everybody's aware of that nuance. And it's the air of resignation, Brian. It's the thought that, well, nothing can be done. That's where they subscribe to the barbershop law. And they talk to John at church or Mac at the coffee club, and it's bad news. You know, we kind of thrive in a bad news society. And people, you know, that's why there's some empty seats at the workshops. Although E-Town registrations have
E-Town, they're coming out.
E-Town, we're going to be there.
It was that special shout-out you did.
I just have to be out before nightfall.
Okay.
But E-Town is really blown up, the email registrations.
And we're excited to see you, E-Town. We're really excited to see you. And I think the thing about don't go broke in a nursing home, that's great. That's fantastic. But we were just serving a client in our Kentucky office, and she's young, and her daughter lives in California, and there is no crisis. I mean, she runs, several miles a day. She's fine. But she's at that age where she wants to hold on and protect, and she's got very wisely an eye towards what might come next, which is maybe a nursing home. And it's never too soon, Kentuckiana, E-Town, to come out to one of the workshops, because we're covering pre-crisis. Like, you don't want to stand in the middle of the fire. That's cool. Here's some things that you could potentially do today.
And think about how many other aspects of your life that if you could take care of something, if you had known, and you could have done it differently to start with, how much of a better place you might have been in, as we show some of the workshops up here.
Workshops Monday at the Hilton Garden Inn on Crittenden Drive by the Cracker Barrel, Tuesday morning in Clarksville, Veterans Parkway on Broadway, and Wednesday we're downtown in E-Town.
You got them spread out.
And E-Town representing.
We got to go back to the E-Town. So I never got to the bottom of this on Monday, which you made the comment again. You got to be out of E-Town by nightfall.
I have to be out
Is
before
there like
nightfall.
a special story behind this?
Well,
are we allowed to know it?
No, Larry is so great with clients, our older clients, because Larry is geriatric and older. And so, you know, he's a ton of fun, but he's got a bedtime.
I'm in bed by 4:30 in the afternoon.
We
I'm
gotta
gonna
get
have my
home
oatmeal and my yogurt
and
at
get to
4:15.
bed.
Lights out at 4:30. I gotta get home.
to bed.
What time are you up every day? 2 p.m.
But I'll still make sure you don't go broke in nursing home.
That's right.
But
That's
to
right.
Lindsay's point, the lady we had in the office, Sue, she was the third hand that goes up at the questions at the workshops. You know, we open up. How many people have loved one in a nursing home or about to go? That's crisis planning. We can help. Husband and wife, we can keep all the assets. Single person, about half. The second variable is how many people have a loved one getting some rehab. If certain things don't work out, we might have to look at care and placement. Hands go up. That's pre-crisis planning. We can help. But Sue is the third question. How many people simply want to get ahead of these problems and avoid it for themselves and their kids? And that was Sue. That's why she came up today. She's healthy. She's navigating the world fine. She wants to avoid problems and give herself peace of mind so her daughter in California doesn't have to deal with this.
Very
pre-planning.
empowering and proactive.
Well, and you never know when a situation can change.
right.
And
That's
it's
right.
not up to us. And
That's
so
right.
To,
No.
to
That's
be on
exactly
top of it,
right.
it's huge.
Nobody
exactly
plans
right.
on failing. People fail to plan. Think about that because we spend more time on our grocery list, you know, having time with the grandkids or getting the girls ready for school photos or vacation with Ben Jones. We spend a lot of time with those things, but not the things that really matter. We built this life together. Take a few moments to hold on to what you have, Kentuckiana. It starts next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll be there.
All right, we got about a minute left. Last thing I'll ask you guys today is in doing this all the time that you have, is there a big takeaway that you've learned over the years that is a big secret you want to share outside of the workshops, of course?
Well, I think it's just this is tough stuff. It's hard stuff. And I think it's just the physical response when we're sitting there with a client and we're in the plan and they get the plan and we've got it, the sigh of relief. You know, their shoulders fall away from their ears a little bit. They can stand a little taller, walk a little lighter, and you know that's the gift that we're able to give, and that's why we love doing what we do. But we can help. That's the thing. We can help.
And to finish that point, so many people out there right now in Kentuckiana believe that, well, we just went to rehab. We've got 30 or 100 days. No, you don't. You can stop at any moment. That's why it's so important to come to the workshop.
We got to go. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll
See you at the
tomorrow.
workshops.